G'day Spuddies, I hope you're well. It's been a while. I'm going to answer a question today. I think I'll start doing more of this actually. This is a question that I get quite a lot, and I want to answer it today on this video. So the question goes, can I add greens? Basically, I get asked this a lot. Can I do a Spud Fit challenge but add greens in? What's the problem with greens? Why do you say no greens? The greens are healthy. Why can't we have greens? You know, people want me to explain why I decided not to have greens or other veggies or fruits or beans or lots of other healthy foods too. Why do I exclude this healthy stuff from my Spud Fit challenge? Just to be clear, I don't exclude it these days. It's just during the Spud Fit challenge I excluded it, and I recommend that to other people that I work with as well, but just temporarily. Anyway, the reason is that this whole idea, this Spud Fit challenge, came from my desire to treat my food addiction issues. It was all about food addiction, and I looked to the model of abstinence, which is used by alcoholics and drug addicts and all sorts of addicts around the world. Abstinence is the model, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to use abstinence, and I wanted to reduce the number of decisions that I had to make about food. If you look at the decision tree of an alcoholic, here it is. Excuse my terrible handwriting, but anyway, alcoholic decision tree. Should I drink alcohol? Yes or no? That's it. They do two decisions. They've got one decision to make. Do I drink alcohol? Yes or no. If they say no, success. Well done. All right? And that's it. All right? Now here's a typical eating decision tree. And it's much bigger than this, but here we go. So you got, should I eat? All right? And then yes, no. Okay, if it's yes, what will I eat? How will I eat? How much will I eat? Where? When? And then we could go on and on, all right? How will I cook it? Where will I get the food from? What restaurant? Who am I going to eat with? There's all these other, this page could go on and on and on and on and on, right up, all right? There's a lot of decisions to make in a typical way of eating. Now, let's move on. I wanted to get closer to this alcoholic decision tree sort of level, all right? Now, the Spud Fit decision tree. It's not quite as small as the alcoholics one, but it's pretty close. Should I eat? Yes or no? If no, then don't eat. If yes, what will I eat? Is it going to be spuds or something else? All right, if it's spuds, success. All right, very, very simple. So you've just got one little extra layer of decision making over the alcoholic. The alcoholic just has yes or no. Am I going to drink or am I not? That's it. If we say yes, then we're going to say, is it going to be spuds or something else? If it's spuds, success. All right, so we're close to that abstinence model. We're very close to it. All right, and by contrast, if we turn the page, which way am I turning it? This way. Spud Fit plus greens. All right, Spud Fit plus greens. Should I eat? Yes or no? All right, if no, then that's the end of it. If yes, then what will I eat? Is it going to be spuds? Is it going to be, spinach, broccoli, kale? There's another level of decision making. And then once you add in all those different ingredients, you add in more decisions too, which we could go on about, like how much are you going to eat of each ingredient, how are you going to cook them, how are you going to combine them, all of that sort of stuff. So you've already, just by adding in greens, one other sort of variety of food, you've just exponentially increased the decisions that need to go into it. All right? Let me be clear here. Greens are very, very healthy, and I like to eat a lot of greens these days. I've got to get better at it, actually. I want to eat more greens than I do. But for a temporary Spud Fit challenge, where you're trying to reset your relationship with food, change the way you think about and relate to food, I think personally it worked for me, and it's worked for many other people, that we're better off removing thought from food as much as possible. So just by adding in greens, we add in a whole lot of extra decisions, a whole lot of extra thought that's required when we want to do the opposite. We want to be removing thought from food. All right, so instead of trying to look at this Spud Fit Challenge program and try to figure out what you can add into it, how you can modify it, how you can change things to add in other things, maybe start thinking about what you can take out of your life, what you can take out of your food, what you can remove. Maybe getting back to the bare basics, the bare bones of diet, the bare essentials, maybe that can be a good thing just for a little while. Maybe it's worth a try. I have tried every diet in the world, and before I did my Spud Fit challenge, I considered myself an expert in weight loss, despite being morbidly obese. I knew everything about weight loss. I just couldn't put it into action. And every time there was, there's all these different ways that I could come up with to lose weight, and I just couldn't actually do it. So this time, rather than trying to find new interesting ways to improve on this diet, I just decided to trust the process, and I really think that's what we've got to learn to do. Just trust the process. We know this works. It's worked for thousands and thousands of people now. We know that it's a healthy thing, and we know that greens are not necessary in the short term, at least. So, yeah, I'm not saying don't eat your greens ever. I'm just saying have a little bit of time off, from food in general, and trust the process. Eat your spuds, reduce your decision making, reduce your thought required, and get back to bare essentials. And then you can use some of your brain space to focus on some other more important areas of life. Try to find some interesting things to do rather than interesting things to eat. As I always say, make your food boring and your life interesting. You don't need to eat something interesting, you need to do something interesting. So, yeah, greens are good, but less decisions is better, at least in the short term. Shorten your decision tree. All right. Thanks everyone. If you want to read this on the website, I wrote a blog post to go with it. Click the link below, and if you want to join the Spud Fit Challenge, click the link below as well, and get my book. Links below. Just read through the description. There you go. Subscribe to the channel, like it, comment, share it with your mates, all of that. Thanks everyone for watching, and try it for a little while. Don't eat your greens. Don't eat anything except spuds. Spud up.